This video was brought to you by Coder Camps. Make games, make money, make history. Yo, what's up? It's the one and only HipHopGamer, Hot 97 Gamers, episode 10. On today's show, we're going to be talking to Oasis Games for PlayStation VR. But something very interesting that they mentioned, and that was PS Vita VR. Is this even possible according to them? Well, I'll let you find out during our interview talking about Weeping Doll and Dying Reborn. PlayStation VR horror? VR horror period is scary, dude. You're gonna just watch, alright? Just watch. Also, I got my man M Rich, new hip hop artist. Make sure y'all go check him out. I'll be talking with him today as well. And you see the title, dude. You see the title. NBA2K removes NBA Live from the history books. How is that even possible? Did we ever think this could ever be a reality? Ever since 1999 when NBA 2K was introduced. Yo, you don't want to miss this episode, man. It's your boy HipHopGamer. One love and God bless. Let's get it started. Check it. HipHopGamer. One time, listen up, man. Check it. Yo. People doubted me, straight out the gate was the first mistake. 5 years in now, labeled as a heavyweight. Game industry where you the best, you get a lot of hate. Guess my black skin enhanced the way that I can elevate. I got love for all parties involved. They assassinate my character like it's part of the job. But I'm built for the battle, prepared for the worst. My results are the best cause I'm the hardest at work. You never seen a style like mine. Passion every time I grind. Hate it or love it, I'm raw and I'm rugged with punchlines. So knuckle up if you're ready for this contest. My content is quality, so quantity's the concept. A far threat when I spit bars that's complex. Apply pressure to the competition bottlenecks. So who's next? I wanna know where your heart at. Brooklyn born bred, that's where I got my honor at. My persona is truth, that's where the love's at. Hip hop and games, we gotta bring that love back. Get down and lay down, you with me or against me. I got a third eye so I can see if you a friend of me. All I do is keep it real cause I would never back down. HipHopGamer, know the name and the fucking sound. Verbally I'm automatic, welcome to my battleground. Die for the shine, then I live in the background. Apply pressure.
My name is Atong, the maid of the house. And today, something happened. This house is full of secrets. But can you unearth them?
Yo, what's up? It's the one and only HipHopGamer, Hot 97. The champ is here. I played a lot of VR today. Yo, dude. Yeah. Like, first off, man, Oasis Games. Like, how the hell are y'all doing and achieving what y'all achieving with VR now? Because the scary games is crazy. And I never felt immersion like this before. Every sound, every footstep, every mirror, everything means more in VR. Walk us through the process of making that, making that resonate with the consumer.
Sure. So we as Oasis Games as a publisher, we know quite a lot of developers in China, and VR being and VR being like very.
Now you can look at me too. That was just a good point you made.
Oh.
Yeah, so it's cool.
Sorry. Yeah. So as a publisher, we there's like VR. There's a lot of like VR-wise, a lot of happening in the world to start with, and especially in China as well. Like, a lot of developers. I want to pick like a bunch of games which are quite different. Like there's something to everybody's liking. There's like some shooter, there's some horror game, there's some more like mystery adventure game, like some for each is liking. And we hope with this first sort of foray for us in VR that we give like a pretty nice sort of big homebrew China-made VR collection. Yeah.
Now, one of the things when it comes to let's talk about the scary games first.
Yeah.
So you had Weeping Doll, and what was the other one?
Dying Reborn.
Dying Reborn.
Yeah.
Do you hear the name of this joint? Dying Reborn. Who the hell? Okay, let's talk about Dying Reborn first. All right, just because of the name alone.
Yeah.
So this game, you're looking for your sister or something like that. So what's the setting of that game, and how did you guys put it together in terms of mixing puzzles but also bringing in fear?
Yeah, so the developers, Netcom, they're huge fans of like all kind of horror stuff and horror games and everything, and they just wanted to go for this sort of mix of like your old school horror with like the sort of the mystery room feel where you're in this room, and there's like a bunch of puzzles to be solved. You don't know exactly what's going on. You're getting hints from like well-doing stuff. It's kind of interesting, but it's also really freaky. There's some
very. Yo, the roaches. Listen. I'm from the hood. I know what roaches are. Like, let's just keep it 100. But I'd rather have a real roach than a virtual reality roach, because the way they designed it in this game, it was. I love y'all, man. I for real, man. It's too much fun playing this game. And something else I want to add to it.
Yeah.
When I was playing this game and then the TV came on, I automatically thought about that movie, The Ring.
Oh yeah.
That's so what I want to ask y'all over at Oasis Games. Have y'all ever been approached to recreate scary movies in the form of games, or are you just making your own games, pulling elements from them? I would love to see what The Ring would be like in VR, or what there was another game. Oh my god, I can't remember the name of it, but it's a scary game out in Japan, and it's not The Ring, but it was another one where she got this crazy sound effect. She like, I forgot the name of it. You know what I'm talking about. Y'all know what I'm talking about. Yeah. But The Grudge.
Yeah, it's like an American and a
Japanese. Yes.
Yeah.
So I would love to see those games done in VR. Have y'all been approached to do anything like that?
The thing is, like, we as a publisher, so we're basically just seeing what the developer is doing for us, right? And in the case of Dying Reborn, that's Netcom from China as well, and they seem to be really good on like the whole horror genre. So there's more to come in that end. Dying, which you just played in VR, will also be releasing for the PlayStation 4, so like a regular version, as well as Vita version.
And a Vita version?
We're gonna get a Vita version as well. Yeah, so that's
Now let me ask you this question. I don't think Sony ever mentioned this, but is there a way to utilize VR with the Vita?
Oh, there actually isn't for this one. This is.
But that's a possibility, though.
That's definitely, I guess it also depends a bit on Sony and what sort of plans they have. But there's something to be done.
That would be crazy. Yo, you gotta hold the bell. Gotta hold the bell on that. So now I want to talk a little bit about Weeping Doll.
Yeah.
Now with Weeping Doll, this game is very different. One of the things I wanted to tell y'all is it's a slight learning curve, and the reason why I say that is because you got to move your avatar to get to the door and look around here, so that may be a little challenging for the average gamer. Is there anything that you're working on gameplay wise to make it a more seamless experience for anyone to just pick up and play? And if so, how you plan to go about that?
The thing is with Weeping Doll, as you notice, it's quite different from Dying in the sense that you don't roam around freely like you would do in any other first-person shooter, and you place your avatar on a point and you basically teleport there. So I personally really like this system, or this way of moving around, because it's really easy on the whole. Like nausea and everything. Basically, when you play it,
That is a great point.
Right?
I didn't think about that.
And that way, it makes it way more easier to explore stuff because you feel pretty good and you just want to look around and check out stuff and everything. So we're pretty happy with the system. But yeah, there's something of a curve, and maybe every now and then, at this point, it still gets a little bit glitchy when you get close to objects and stuff. So there's something a little bit to improve there. But we definitely want to keep in like the control scheme in that. Yeah.
Now, when it comes to the scare factor, what's the biggest difference between Dying Reborn and Weeping Doll in terms of scare factor? And because think about it like this, when you have a horror game, you know you want to scare people, but in certain games, it's not so much about the scare; it's about the possibility of what can happen. And you know, just psychologically.
I think you sort of nailed it here when you said this. Like Weeping Doll is much more sort of a suggestive horror. Like there's you see a little girl and there's some freaky stuff going on, but it's never like,
yo, I'm up here playing this game and I see this little girl and she up there like, come with that. I'm like, you know I don't want to follow you, and he's telling me, God, I gotta go follow her. It was a horrible, amazing experience. For real, but overall, what I am impressed with, what I would say, is PlayStation. There's a lot of people out there that haven't experienced VR that's still skeptical. They still like, I'm not sure. You guys, by the moment, are proving everybody wrong. Seriously, it's really incredible what you guys are achieving. Now, the two more questions, and I'll let you go.
Sure.
When it comes to the power of PlayStation 4 and what you're doing with PlayStation VR, what did you guys learn thus far with these projects that's going to enhance the next ones that y'all do down the road?
Wow, that's a really good question. Again, we're like in direct contact with the developers, and of course, we help them with doing the testing and stuff, making sure that everything is cool with Sony, as well as just sort of general gameplay. And we see that there's for example, take Weeping Doll again. We see this control scheme which is really easy on the player. You don't get nauseous, and we think that's awesome. But then there's like some small glitches which like developers and we as a publisher we learn from. For example, how to make it even more easier to get into a game, how to make the learning curve even less high, so to speak, and make it an altogether more agreeable experience for the user. That's definitely stuff that we'll like use and then improve on future games. Yeah.
Now, my next question is, what determines whether or not you should use a controller or the PlayStation Move, PlayStation Move controllers? Because over here, you know, playing Ace Banana and Pixel Gear, you got those controllers, but then over here you got the traditional controller. So when you're developing a video game, gameplay-wise, what determines what you should use to make the game better as an overall experience?
Right. I think it just sort of, I think the moment you pick a genre, sort of the decision comes there, right? Because you have like a shooter like Pixel Gear, it just makes a lot of sense to have this tracking device where you just shoot and you experience just now when you play Pixel Gear. The moment you take the gun or the move in your hand, you're just going like you've been playing it for like 10 years or something, right?
Oh my god, yeah, that's so nice, so true, because I love how responsive it is.
Exactly. Whereas like Weeping Doll and Dying are like more in a sense, I mean they're very, very modern because they're all VR and new technology, but in a sense they're also quite classic because they're adventure games. And adventure games by their nature just a little bit more complex, you need a little bit more buttons, you need to check out some stuff, and that's hard to do with the mod, so you want to use the controller for that.
Absolutely. So based on what your vision is, it coincides with how it should be played. I got it. Alright, so I did lie. I said that was going to be the last question, but I lied. This is going to be the last question, hopefully. The next big thing I want to say is with the PlayStation VR coming out and PlayStation Pro being announced, and PC, Oculus, all these other devices and stuff like that. From a business standpoint, are you guys working with PlayStation VR only, or are you working with Oculus and HTC Vive as well? And the reason why I ask that is because what do these different headsets give you that the other one may not give you to achieve certain things? Because I think fans will want to understand in terms of what they choose.
Sure. Basically, most of our work right now has been with PlayStation and PlayStation VR. So we're most familiar with that. We're definitely planning like for other hardware as well. But my personal experiences, like work and just playing, have all been with PlayStation VR. And one of the things that really sells is the fact that it's well, first of all, it's a bit cheaper than the other devices.
Absolutely.
A lot of people already have a PlayStation. You don't need a big ass like PC rig and like a new video card and all that sort of stuff. You just plug it in, you're good to go. And from my experience with like wearing the headset, it just feels very comfortable.
Yo, I agree a billion %.
Okay.
The PlayStation VR, that's one thing. Whatever material they use or whatever it is, when you put it on, it's just instant. Like it's just like, yo, this I could just go, and it doesn't bother my eyes like that. It's right there. It's amazing.
Like
I was gonna be the next thing because you're making a VR game. How is it testing these games even though you wear glasses?
Yeah, that's actually no problem at all. Like when I put it on first, I was a little bit scared. I was like, maybe I should take them off, but then I don't see too well. Right? But you can just put them on, it's no problem. We had like quite a bunch of people coming over, all wearing glasses. It's no problem. Just put it over there, and it's good to go.
Yo, that's one of the biggest selling points right there.
Yo, what's up? Okay, now look, man. Look. It's time to get into the discussion of the day. And that's NBA 2K removes NBA Live from the history books. So follow me in all the bullet points that I got today to make sense of how this all came about and how important and how impactful NBA 2K17 has been. Like, the game is great, man. So let's go through it. The first thing I want to talk about is the generations that's growing up right now. They never even played like an NBA Live game, or don't even really know what NBA Live is, or may have just only heard of NBA Live, but never really cared to play it because of the impact of NBA 2K. That's one of the main reasons why I feel NBA Live is slowly being removed from the history books because of what NBA 2K has accomplished. Now, even my nephews, 11 years old, 12 years old, but other kids that I know that I be talking to in the community or whatever, when they talk about basketball games, NBA Live isn't even mentioned. A lot of them never even played an NBA Live game. And some of the kids that did play an NBA Live game, it was so, long ago or so brief that they never even got a chance to get into it. It's like NBA 2K is life right now when it comes to the world of basketball in the gaming world, man. And that's crazy. So that's one of the reasons why I feel NBA Live is being removed from the history books, simply because generations of kids now are growing up not even knowing what NBA Live is, not ever playing any NBA Live games. All they know is NBA 2K, and as long as that continues to happen, 2K for life. That's it. Another major point in terms of NBA Live being removed from the history books is when it comes to actual NBA. The NBA only refers to 2K Sports as their basketball game counterpart. Like, NBA Live is not in the conversation. It doesn't exist. You don't see those screens and nothing. None of that. Now, don't get me wrong. NBA Live, went from a console game to a mobile game. And even as a mobile game, it has no place in the world of the actual NBA, that we watch. When we see Steph Curry, with the shot, and Kyrie with the handles, and LeBron dunking on everybody, like, that's it. When you look at the NBA, and when you look at the gaming world, and you bring them together, 2K is the only thing you know. That's crazy. Like, I mean, don't you see what's happening here? NBA Live is truly almost gone. Who would have thought? People that grew up like myself playing NBA Live. And when I mean NBA Live, I'm talking about NBA Live 95. That's when it started. Because it was called NBA Showdown before it was called NBA Live. So think about from 1995 all the way to now. Who would have thought NBA Live would not matter? That's crazy. Now the third bullet point is pretty much official. You know what I'm saying? But to my knowledge, EA Sports has officially cut off the funding for NBA Live on consoles. Do you hear what I'm telling you? Like, we may never see NBA Live on a console ever again. From what I understand, EA Sports cut off NBA Live's funding. And if it ever gets it back, they gotta do something miraculous. But the fact is this. No NBA Live. Like EA Sports, it got to the point where it's pointless. I believe NBA Live 16 only did 4,000 copies or 6,000 copies first week. Yo, it's like, who would have thought this would happen to the great NBA Live? It's over. They had a great run. But greatness becomes greater when new creativity steps in to maximize the potential of what something can be. And 2K Sports did that and achieved that. And EA Sports is not in the game. Now, the next point I want to bring up, which is extremely powerful, and this is talent versus power. Okay? Talent versus power. Now, in the situation of Madden football, power beat talent because talent was beating the power. ESPN 2K5, we already know what it is. You know what I'm saying? 2K Sports shown that when it comes to talent, they can beat EA Sports talent-wise. But because of the power of EA and securing that NFL license, they brought themselves a free ticket to victory. Period. So it wasn't about talent at that point. It was all about power. And they tried to do the same thing with NBA2K, but it didn't work. The NBA Association was like, nah, we like that 2K, let's rock. Why not have both of them on the market? And 2K's talent rose above the power of the NBA Live brand name, rose above the power of the EA Sports brand name. Never forget the most important element of game development. Never forget the most important element of creativity. Never forget the most important element of success. And that is the talent behind all things that we see and experience, yo. Real talk, the talent. You can't ever go above and beyond or around facts. And the fact is that talent won when it comes to 2K and EA Sports in the world of basketball, yo. And in games, period. In life, period. Talent always matters. It's not always about how much power you got. It's not always about how much money you got. When you got undeniable talent and the world gets a chance to see it, it's over. Money can't buy every single thing. And 2K Sports is living proof that hard work, passion, talent, dedication can knock over any giant that's in your way. So you could be the giant, so you can become the giant that deserves to lead. That's the story of NBA 2K. And that's the story of NBA Live's history being removed. Look, we grew up on NBA Live, we love NBA Live, but we also got to say rest in peace to the great NBA Live and make room for the true champion of talent and passion in the world of simulation sports in our video game industry. NBA2K. Period. Now, I want to go into my final thoughts on NBA 2K17. NBA 2K17, let's start with graphics. Graphically, they fixed damn near everything. The game looks better and better and better every year. But what they did this year, it's like with the skin textures, the hair, they just added so much polish
to all the little details that had errors in NBA 2K16. They added so much polish to all of it, even the body types. One of the biggest differences you'll notice is with Kevin Durant, because he's very lanky, and you see that in extreme detail in terms of body, facial expressions, like all of that. It looks insanely detailed now, and it always looked detailed, but the proper polish on top of that detail makes NBA 2K16 look phenomenal, jaw-dropping, phenomenal, yo. NBA 2K16, sorry, NBA 2K17 is crazy. Graphically, it's phenomenal, man. It really, I mean, the shine on the court, the crowd, the movement of the crowd. I mean, oh man, the attention to detail, like the things that they did in this game in terms of when the ball dribbles, depending on what court you at, the sound of the dribble, the sound of the basketball sounds different. They got all the different sounds in terms of each and every arena, every little thing, the shirts they wear, every element of the excitement of basketball they put in the NBA 2K17, fine-tuning and polishing it. Incredible graphics, man. Now, you want to talk about gameplay. Now, gameplay truly depends on the way you set the game up. You know what I'm saying? People play on Hall of Fame, people play on All-Star, people play on Pro, people play on Rookie. You got different game styles and settings to everything. You know what I'm saying? So, to be honest with you, like in terms of the gameplay, what I love about it is how they added in that shot system, even with layups and stuff like that. I understand they go into the esports world and they trying to set skill levels and balances and boundaries, but what I truly love about it is just how authentic they did it. It's not like they made this element different and this element different. They just added more to the simplicity of what we already knew about and what we already loved. In terms of the shot system, I love going to the peak instead of in the middle. Like, I love the simplicity and the enhancements of the game. That's one. Two, another thing is everything means more. Like, in terms of calling plays, it all means that much more because they did a better job with AI. So because they did a better job with AI, it requires you to know your team that much better. Most people that play 2K would play the way they actually play basketball on the court, and you can't do that because when if you're using Steph Curry play a certain way, Kyrie Irving play a certain way, LeBron play a certain way, Shaq play a certain way. So you have to know them to know how they play and apply that to the game. And that's always been the case, but it just means so much more now because of the level of AI and how much better the AI is and how much more accurate the AI is and how much more consistent the AI is in terms of being accurate. What I love about NBA 2K games overall is how they apply the human error to their sports games. Like, I love the human error because that needs to be there. Mistakes happen on the court. But for the majority and for the most part, it's on point. You know what I'm saying? So I love it. I think that is phenomenal. The features in the game, it's so many features. You know, my career is back, but bigger and better than ever. And now you can make decisions, so that makes it more intriguing and more involved playing that. You know what I'm saying? I love the fact they brought the crowd back, you know, for your NBA blacktop and all this other stuff. Those features is great, you know what I'm saying? My park and everything, my team is all back. One of the features that I love is being able to start the season when the season actually starts on October 25th and just go through the season, you know, in real life. Like, you know, it's just so many features and so many great things that they added. I love it. I love this game. I love it. And the fun factor, forget about it. Forget about it. The fun factor in this game, if you love basketball or if you're new to the sport of basketball, just looking at this game will make you want to play it. And once you play it and you get the feel of it and you get the feel of different players, it's like you're going to fall in love with the game because you truly feel like you are that player. NBA 2K has been great at this for many years. It's just they get better with time and get better with age, like fine wine. I'm telling you, NBA 2K17 is fire. Period.
Now, on that note, look, NBA Live, love you, but rest in peace. NBA2K, thank you for your talent, because now we got the basketball game that we probably never thought we would have unless your talent existed in this world so it could be created. This is amazing. Thank you. Now, on to my dude M$Rich. Check him out. See you later. Yo, what's up? It's the one and only HipHopGamer Hot 97. Got my man M. Rich here with me. First off camera, we was just having a good conversation about some video games.
Yeah, we was. I'm a gamer, man.
I'll bust your ass.
Show me.
Oh, rephrase that. Just because you said that.
That's all you gotta do is show me.
Alright, let's get this rolling, man. First off, I just wanna commend you for just working hard and getting here, and now we're on Hot 97. We about to talk about your story. So, what's your story? How did you get the name M Rich, and what's your goals here, man?
Well, my story is, I'm a young black male from St. Paul, Minnesota.
Oh, Minnesota? Oh, alright.
Yeah, Minnesota. And really, I just got into the game just because I feel like the game needed me for one, and you can't keep doing the same things and expecting a different result. So I had to change up my daily activities to be where I am now.
Alright. Now, when it comes to just music, period, is there any influences like that you've had that led you to where the fact you wanted to create music as well? Name some of your influencers and things that you want to become inspirational to so people can follow your footsteps.
Some of the people I've been influenced by is nothing but legends like Outkast, Ludacris, of course we in New York, Dipset. You know what I'm saying, Jeezy. I mean, I can go on and on, honestly. But really, that I can say like Ludacris for sure is definitely like one of my top.
Yo, he's easily one of the top. I feel like he's one of the most underrated rappers, period.
Yeah.
Skill-wise, song-wise, all of that. Energy, he's incredible. Now, because you mentioned a lot of these legends, I would love to know what you think about like some of today's hip-hop and what you see now. Because a lot of people, we have this discussion all the time. And shout out to my man Ebro, who always be shutting it down whenever he seeing something ain't right. He called it out. I love Ebro for that, man. And I want to know what you think about the climate of hip hop now. And you mentioned that the game needs you. So what do you feel they need that you bring?
I mean, I'm really not mad at where hip hop is today. You know what I'm saying? It's in a place where everybody, so you can be yourself. You don't have to act. I'm not saying people used to act. But I'm just saying if you do, just because you do this doesn't make you any less cooler than the next person.
Absolutely.
You know what I mean? But I'm not mad to stay hip hop. And as far as what I bring to it, I'm just keeping it. Of course, I'm keeping it real, which is pretty cliche. But at the same time, I'm really about the things that I say and do.
Now, looking at your videos, right, I saw definitely checked out Check. Definitely checked out Check. And one of the things I noticed, you love cars, man. Like there's a certain particular car and the design of the car. You don't see that in other videos. So what about the videos that you make, the songs that you make? What about it that you could tell fans that that they could understand what your personality is, like when it comes to your music and the visuals?
As far as like where my personality, with my visuals and all that, like on a day-to-day basis, I'm just a chill person. I like to, get up with the homies, go pick them up, we go, do anything, go see a game, go get on some chicks, any of that. I'm really, I like to make the type of music that you can ride to. Sit back and, get medicated to, if that's what you do. But yeah, I like to, just chill and, a perfect day for me is just, grab an old school, nice sunny day and just go, just drive. I don't even gotta go nowhere, just go, just be out.
What's some of the losses that you feel that you've taken in life, or some of the hits that you've taken in life that you still standing, you still here today, that you survived through? Can you talk about some of those hardships? Because I think people respect artists once they understand what they've been through to become artists. Can you talk about that?
Yeah, as far as the losses, I can say just for one, people just not believing, like telling people like, oh yeah, I'm about to start doing this, and they're like, oh yeah, whatever, brushing you off, and then just really just staying with it, staying consistent, and proving that point. Like, yo, I'm really about to do this. You're gonna see it. Yeah, you brushed me off right then a couple months ago, but you see the moves that I'm making currently, and I'm gonna keep making it. And, you know what I'm saying? And it all gonna work itself out. And then just to bring it back, you asked me how I got the name M. Rich.
Yes.
Really, when I was originally born, I was born in Jones.
Oh wow, word.
I was born in Jones. And then my mom, you know what I'm saying, met my brother's dad, and his last name is Richardson.
Wow.
So
Okay.
when my little brother was born, he had Richardson instead of it just being Richardson and Jones. He switched mine over, so then I was Richardson, and then
And Rich.
M. Rich.
And Rich.
Yeah, M. Rich. $$ now.
Now,
Here first.
Now, $$ now, like that's is a label or a group or just a movement? Like, walk us through like everything that embodies what M. Rich is about right now with this whole movement that people could be aware of.
$. Now, for now, it's a movement. It's gonna be a label soon. You know what I'm saying? As soon as we,
can I be on it? I rap. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, let's make a deal right now. Like, that's like.
We'll sign some gamers. You know what I'm saying? Go get that gamer money too. We need all that. Yeah, that's the $. Now motto. You know what I'm saying? We all about not standing still, taking trips if we gotta take the trip.
Yeah.
Let's go get it. We don't stand still.
So what's Minnesota like? Like, you know what I'm saying? I've never been to Minnesota. The only thing I know about Minnesota is Kevin Garnett, Stephon Marbury when he was there, Timberwolves,
bring it up the 90s.
Of course, because that's the era where I felt everything was like made sense to me. Like, you know what I'm saying? So, but yeah, like, what about Minnesota? You know, that you feel like, that's home, man. That's something special. And you know, in the world of hip hop, I don't hear so many people from Minnesota. So, you know, let us in on your world.
Minnesota is great, especially if you've ever been there to experience all 4 seasons. And we get a lot of winter though out there. That winter is
forget
hectic,
that. I
man.
ain't going.
Yeah, that
Like
winter's hectic.
New York is enough. For real, son.
You think New York's bad? Come out to Minnesota and experience that.
Hell no, it ain't worse than New York. It can't be worse than New York.
Negative?
It can't. What?
Negative 20?
Oh no, well, then you had that. Right. Negative 20.
That
No wonder you in New York right now.
Yeah.
Yo, that's crazy, man. So a few more questions and we'll wrap it up. One of the things that I wanted to ask you was about your tattoos. A lot of times I see artists with tattoos. Some of them have no meaning whatsoever. I'm like, what? Okay. Sometimes it's like, you'll see, like Eminem who has his daughter on him, you know what I'm saying? Shout out to Damon Dash who, got his mother on there, like, something meaning. Walk us through, like, your tattoos, and is there any meaning there, or, why do you have it?
Well, a lot. I'm gonna say definitely more than half of them have a meaning. But I'm not gonna lie to you. There is a few that I'm just like, you know what, that's cool. And can't nobody tell me nothing. I just get it. But no, a lot of stuff means stuff. Like this stuff on my wrist right here is from my grandma. Got the Pittsburgh Steelers points because that's my favorite football team.
Whoa.
Hey,
Pittsburgh Steelers your favorite team, sir?
Steelers.
Giants all day, and we in New York. I just had to throw that out there. But go ahead.
And then, over here on this side, I got the skull with the time I was born.
Oh, wow. Yo, that's dope. I never seen nobody have that.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, that's fine. You got the eye right there. Yo, this dude is dope. Like that. See, I love uniqueness. You know what I'm saying? And when I see things like that, it's special to me. Like, you know what I'm saying? I like to see things like that because that's artistry to me. And when you could use it as a part of your work as well. So now let's get to that work musically. Like, do you have anything, like coming out that a lot of people could look forward to that you're building upon? And is there anything that you're working on currently right now that that people may not know about, but you can give us a hint on and stuff like that? I know you got Rich the Kid, on one of the tracks, but what else you got going on that you probably didn't reveal fully yet? I'm trying to get some exclusive shit.
We're gonna go ahead and shout out Rich the Kid, and we got Hollywood Trapping with me and him, collab mixtape dropping September 15th.
September 15th. Oh, a couple of days, gotta cop that, man. Seriously, man. Real talk.
And then, as far as stuff that people don't know about, you might get the exclusive right here. I'm working on my project after the Hollywood Chapter, which is gonna be called Rich Flair.
Rich, get the
Rich Flair.
Rich Flair. Yo, I'm I'm so glad that you actually named it that. I'm gonna tell you why. People gotta understand that, especially in this day and age, you need to have something that's like catchy that people be like, "Boy, that sounds kind of cool. Like I like that. Let me just see what this is about." Like you know what I'm saying? That's like the law of marketing, like the law of attraction. That right there is talk to us about that. So how you come up with that?
Because really, I mean, really it came about like just me going to the lab so consistently and then just discovering my ad-libs and woo! We all know where that came from.
You know where that came from. Yo, that's crazy. So, I'm just excited about the project just because of the name of it. Like, that's crazy. That's what I'm saying.
The cover too, yeah.
When is that one coming out?
We're looking at November.
November? Yo, that's my birthday month. Like, that's my birthday month.
Yours too?
November 27th.
30th.
Oh, it's on the 30th?
No, I'm saying that's my birthday.
Your birthday's on the 30th?
November 30th.
Sagittarius.
Alright,
You know what?
Sagittarius, I'm telling you, man.
This interview is fire. So like, that's it. So I'm mad hype right now.
You heard it.
So you already know what it is.
Outside
So,
now.
alright, last question, man. Yo, M. Rich.
Hold on. Go ahead.
Alright, cool. Alright, so last question. M. Rich, if there's anything within, music, within your goals, everything that you're looking to accomplish, right? Is there one thing, at least, you can name, like, in your process of becoming successful in this music career that you would want to give back? Like, if one thing that you can name that out of all the stuff that you're gaining and the growth and the momentum that you have, is there one thing that when you sit at home and you may think about, you're like, you know what, I'm blessed, God allowed me to do this. There's something I really want to do for the people or for something meaningful like that. What would it be?
That's a very good question right there.
Thank you, sir.
I think about that all the time. Like, when I'm on these jets and all that type of stuff, I just be reflecting, like, man, gotta give the man thanks upstairs for that, for sure. But if I had to give back, I would give back to the kids, the youth. You know what I'm saying? The youth needs more. You know what I'm saying? Positive male role models.
Hold up. I just had to clap that up real quick.
Because you know what I'm saying? You gotta think about it. Like in most households, there's single mom households.
Yeah.
So then, and they go to school and it's, most of the time probably a female teacher, so
Yeah.
they need more positive, young black, male role models that they can look up and like, yo, he's cool, but he ain't gangbanging and he ain't being a fool either though.
Yeah, yo, on that note, man, M. Rich, man, like, real talk, thanks for just allowing us to be able to talk with you. You know what I'm saying? And deal with you, man, for real. And don't think you're gonna get away with that game shit. Like, you know what I'm saying? I'm gonna see you again. It's gonna be
2K dropping real soon.
Yeah, oh yeah. And you know I'm gonna have it early. You know who I am.
Mad